Hey everyone, welcome back to CNE. So this is lecture number 2 of our Git course, and in today's video we are going to learn about how to initialize a repository, then how you can create a snapshot of your project. We are going to learn about commands like add and commit in Git, which are very important and they are very correlated to each other, and you will also know about how to stage your project files. So staging is another concept which you will get to know today. So without wasting any more time, let's begin. So before starting with the whole Git concept, you have to understand the workflow of Git. Now this is not the actual, or you can say the perfect workflow of Git, but this is pretty easy to understand for a beginner. Okay, so you have your project files here, and you have three different square boxes. First of all, project files, staging area, and then saving changes or save changes, you can say. So what are project files? These are the files or the subdirectories that you will have inside your root directory of your project. Okay, so your project will contain numerous amount of files. It can contain many subdirectories as well. So these are accumulated as project files, and these project files have to be staged. Okay, now what is a staging area? You can say that staging area is a compound where your files are kept, and they are upheld for approval in the sense that if they are working any fine, and if you have to make any changes or anything that needs to be fixed, so for these all sorts of functionalities, they are upheld in the staging area where they are being scrutinized and everything. Okay, so after that staging area, when a developer is purely confident that his code is working pretty fine and they will just do the job, so he will push or commit the changes. Okay, so you'll come to know about the different kinds of commands in the practical session. I don't think I'll do any justice by giving you a theoretical aspect of Git. Right now we'll jump into the practical session where you can understand Git better. So let me quickly share my screen here. I think you can see my screen, so I'm quickly launching my terminal. Okay, before starting this practical session, I need to be very clear from my side. You need a project for doing this experiment, otherwise you will have certain problems. Okay, so you need to have a basic program. It can be a hello world program, it can be anything, a collection of files. Basically you need a dummy project to do this entire practical session. Okay, so I think I'm very clear here. What I have to do here is I have to just redirect to my project directory in my root directory. So I'll say c zam, sorry, I think I made a mistake here, just wait, cd c zam. Okay, so this is the directory where I have my project, and my project folder is sample bs4 project. So this is a very basic project which I have. I'll show you the project too, just wait. Let me go there. Okay, and now I am in my inside my project directory, so I'll show you the files here. Okay, and I'll launch Visual Studio Code here. Okay, to show you the project files. Okay, so here you can see it's a basic HTML program. Okay, if I show you via the live server, it's a basic HTML program. I have just uh, made this program to make you understand Git better. Okay, so just wait a couple of seconds, it will launch my browser. You just have to be patient, otherwise uh, there is no point, right? So you can see here is my project. It's very basic, I haven't worked a bit here. Okay, and then if I go to the student section, so you can see there is a login process. If I want to register, I have something called as register. So this is a basic project, but that's not the point. The point is I want to apply Git in this project, or I want to see how I want to integrate Git into this project. So what I'll do is, the first job I have to do is initialize the repository. So the repository initialization has to be inside your root directory. So this is my root directory, okay, where my all the project files exist. Okay, I have my asset folder, my faculty folder, and then there are two files here, an index file as well. So what I'll do here is I will initialize the repository using a very simple command. I'll just use git space init. Okay, so git space init, and this will initialize my git repository. Okay, git space init. I'll hit enter. So it gives me a message saying that my repository has been initialized. Now I'm good to go. Okay, now if you want to check the status of your repository, you can write here git status. Okay, this will give you uh, an exact information, or a detailed information about how your project is behaving. Are there any comments or anything which has been done will be displayed here. So you can see here there are no commits being done, and I need to add these files as well. Okay, so this will give you a complete overview about how git works. So what I'll do here is the first thing I'll do is I'll add the files. Okay, the files which I have here, or the folders or the directories, must be added, otherwise git won't be able to create a restoration point or a checkpoint, or you can say that git cannot simply stage my files. Okay, so what I have to do here is add files. So there are several ways of adding files. So if you want to add all the files including the directories at once, you just have to type here git add period. Okay, so this will add the entire directory to your repository. So it will not ask for anything, it will just keep on adding and adding and files. So this is one process you can look after. Or you can do here is you can add each file at a time, just like I'm doing here. I'm writing here git add, then I'm suppose adding the file sample.html. Okay, so just git add, then followed by the file name. So the file is added. As you can see, if I can show you my git status, okay, you can see here there is a green signal that this file has been added. Okay, and you can also add files which belong to the same extension. Suppose I have here, you can see here I have index.html, then sample.html, and inside the asset folder also I have some files. I have inside the faculty folders I have some files. If I can show you via VS Code, here you can see I have many files inside all of these things. So what I can do here is I can ask git to add a specific file type. Okay, if I write here git add, then star, then period, then if I mention the extension, file extension, suppose in my case I write here HTML, then it will add all the existing HTML files to my repository. Okay, pretty simple. I'll just hit enter and then check my git status. I hope it has added. Yes, so the files have been added. You can see here I don't have to worry about anything at all. Okay, the files have been added very well, very good. I don't have to worry about anything at all. Or you can do another thing, you can add multiple files at once without mentioning the file extension, which you can do like this: git add file, suppose file1 dot txt, then file2 dot html. So these you can do, you can add multiple files here in the parameter, and you can add them. Okay, so what is exactly adding those files? So when you add the files inside your git repository, what you tell git is that, see, I have these files and they are ready to be staged. Okay, I have made some changes but they are ready to be staged. Okay, but don't push or don't commit because I haven't approved yet, but they are ready to be staged. Okay, so this is one thing you have to take care of. Adding the file doesn't mean that you have committed or you have saved the checkpoint. Okay, for that you have to use the commit command. I'll help you know commit better. You don't have to worry about anything. Suppose I have added these files. Let me do one thing. Let me add the entire directory. I'll add it like this: git add followed by a period. So this will add the entire directory inside my the repository. So what you have to do here is, let me clear the screen and show you the git status. So you can see here my entire directory has been added. I don't have to worry about anything at all. What I'll do is I'll just ask for git to have a commit command being executed. So what I'll do is I'll ask git to commit the changes. what you have to do is here, what you have to do here is, here you have to write git commit, then message, followed by your commit message, which is very important. uh, Taking this as your initial commit, you just have to write here uh, commit, or just write here one thing, just write here commit, just write here initial commit, or first commit sounds good, first commit. So this will save your changes. Okay, so this will save your changes, this will create a commit. So creating a commit is very easy. You just have to type here git commit hyphen m, which is for message, and then you have to write here some meaningful message. Suppose you are changing some files and then you are making a commit. So what you have to do here is, you have to get a meaningful message delivered, otherwise there is no point in creating that commit, right? You have to write messages like this bug has been fixed, or this thing has been resolved. Suppose problems like that, you need to address them, otherwise there is no point in using the message section. Okay, now one thing is that most people not most people, but few people, I'm sorry, few people do this thing. They skip the add part and directly add and commit in one step. Okay, but this is not a good practice, we don't do it in industry. So what you have to do here is, you have to get a shortcut. Okay, and this shortcut is not preferable, but you need to learn this. Okay, in case there is any kind of emergency or anything like that, you need to do that thing right away. So you need to learn that, right? So using such command is very easy. You just have to write here git commit, okay, then am, then you can give your message. So this will do what, this will commit and add at the same time. This will add first, then commit at the same time. You're using you are saving your time, but this is not recommended in industry level. In industry level, you have to be very clear. You have to add the files and then you make use of the command commit. So this is one thing that you have to take care of. Okay, so yeah, I'm ending this stream here.